Testing. I'm just going to stand back though. Afternoon, evening, guys. We'll get started. Hopefully we can rip through this relatively quick. I'm looking to improve on last year's time anyway. That's been a bit of a tradition since I took over. So just welcome everyone to the 141st Pōneke Football Club AGM. Just going to kick off with a few apologies that made it through to the agenda anyway before we wrote it. So Kevin Jenkins, Robin Dodd, Nick Whelans, the Garvey boys, Cam, Scotty, and Andy, Geordie Hoirara, and Miss Maloney Wainanu. John Davies as well, sorry. So before moving forward, I'd just like to pause and just take a second to remember a couple of the club members that passed away this year. Sorry, Mark. Oh, nice one. Thank you, mate. Sorry, so look, as I was saying, I'd just like to, as we always do this part of it, just pause before we can carry on any further. Just remember the notable club members and club members that passed away during the year. And to mine, of significance this year was firstly John Hunter, one of our most dedicated supporters from our dead ball bunch, and also a very long time volunteer, supporter, and contributor, and someone who's become really synonymous with the club was Dave Hampton. So look, I'm not sure if anyone wants to raise any further outside of those that I might have missed. Look, we'll just pause for just a moment's silence there to remember those guys. Thank you. Just looking to first of all confirm the minutes from the 140th AGM. Some copies have been made available elsewhere, I believe, via the website. So I'll resolve the minutes for the 140th of true and accurate reflection of the meeting. Can I get someone to second that? Second. Flo, thank you. Sorry. And also, in a similar vein, I'd just like to confirm the adoption of our 2023 annual report, which you guys have, and also the statement of accounts. So we resolve that the 2023 annual report statement accounts are true and accurate reflection. Would I have that moved in the second as well? Yep. Please, and a seconder, please. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. So look, moving forward to our pieces, just kicking off firstly with the chair's report. So look, you obviously all have a copy. I don't propose to tell too much deeper into that. Look, for mine, again, the most obvious point for me to start is, is the fact that we're just again buoyed by such a fantastic group of volunteers. Firstly, starting on the board, everyone's come back in for another round, and again, just a wonderful group of people that show up and not just to the meetings every Saturday down here chipping in their own way. And again, this year we've also been aided by a couple more on board. Firstly with Liz Hardiman, who's been taking over the secretarial duties. Again, doing another job and bringing a new perspective. Furthermore, later in the year, we're also joined by Maria Arqueta-Jones, who really looking forward to coming in and giving us that perspective from the women's side of the game, to which we've got a really great growing young player base, and again, also looking to just bring that bring her knowledge and make sure that we can utilise that to continue the development in that area. And then again, just a real special thank you. I'm not sure if there's anyone out on Facebook as well. Just to all of our the coaching and management staff across the teams that just forever do such a fantastic job. Our player numbers again, I think have pretty much remained on the ground. We've again been able to put out the 6 senior teams that we had for the last few years. There was talk earlier this year of even putting together a pre-3 team. So look, that's real credit firstly to a lot of the work that these volunteers do in terms of creating a great culture for people, for new players to want to keep joining the club and old ones to return. And also a shout out to the great work of Grant Durns, who again was able to come in and really get that player base moving and have a number of guys returning and bringing in initiatives like our player academy, which involved young college boys and girls. It was a really great success in sort of coming into our college teams and also the women's side. And again, I won't delve too much into the on-field stuff outside of Ango's report, but while the previous team was disappointed, particularly given the 2022 season, our college side, our pre-twos had phenomenal years, again showing that we were building some real depth under there. And also, I touched on it earlier, the women's side have got really fantastic, while still clearly growing, a great bunch of ladies in there who first and foremost are putting together a really good culture. So let's just coming back from quickly to Grant. I'm not sure if he's online here listening to this, but I just really wanted to give a thank you for him. 2 years as the director of rugby role and really did an outstanding job of just coming in and bringing some standards to the guys, really teaching them how to conduct themselves in a great way. He was such a good ambassador for the club in that respect, and it's really left the role in a good shape. And as per the report, we've been able to make another really great hire in Nick Scudder, who's here tonight, and it's been fantastic already just in the short time that he's been in the role. We're obviously having a guy with a profile like that coming in is pretty great, but he's been really rolling up his sleeves and going above and beyond, and it's been a real push on him. I've seen him mention a number of times around how we can bring a real keep growing this culture that we've got at the club, looking to bring back, really improve on our family aspect of the supporters base and bring the community back into the club. Which is going to be a real focus for us over the next year in terms of bringing back really circling back to the work we did a couple of years ago on club culture and seeing if we can extend and see if we can keep improving on that. And so look, that's all from me. I'll head over now to...
Kia ora everyone and everyone online, and thanks for coming along in the 2023 AGM. I'll provide a quick overview of my report, which will be available online, but the key highlight is we've retained our 6 teams on field, which I think is pretty positive, given that rugby does have playing numbers. In that regard, we've run out playing numbers again, we had 254 this year, 200 last year, 237 the year before that. So as Shanks mentioned in space, that does mean we're looking like having a Premier 3 team in Turning back to 2023, highlights for me are Roughnecks, winning the John Davies Cup, probably one of the most consistent teams in Wellington, a winning record that has unsurpassed over a number of years, so shout out to them. And then Premier Twos and Colts, losing one this year, just good grades. Premier Twos in particular, just be unlucky to lose the final to Otawa, which was Otawa's fifth win, unbeaten streak of 50 in a row, and the Colts, who didn't have the most successful starts of the season, managed to show the result and the courage to come back and make the final. Play a team which they lost to by 80 points earlier in the year, so that's seriously impressive effort. Premiums was a rebuilding year for them. 8 senior players had left for various reasons to try their luck elsewhere, or family reasons, or job opportunities to move away from Wellington. The coaches, we had good coaching staff of Rich Woods, Toby Robson and Ace Ketia, who led the team well, and while we didn't get the chocolates as we did in 2022, I think based on the experience that we've got in 2024 is really useful. The Premier Women's team can show a lot of promise and commitment and resolve, perseverance from some individuals and showing, guiding the younger girls about what values are is really important, and I really appreciate that. Also acknowledge Sophie Vivian making it pride, and also a great ambassador series that girls had coming through, so that's really impressive effort to celebrate going forward. On the topic of reps, Sophie and the pride, there was 17 reps overall, which good solid number, running back at the foot there, and just want to acknowledge Colsey, given that he has made a serious impact on rugby over the last 2007, and it's not lost on us how much he speaks about other values, puts us on the pedestal on the global stage, so I'd like to thank Colsey for that and acknowledge him for his fantastic career. Moving on to our other teams, mentioned the Premier Twos, Tui, Billy as coach was also our Henry Tumuku Trophy winner, outstanding job in getting the game, a School of Origin concept going. We really struggled as a club between losing players moving on out of our junior club that they got third form and then trying to get them back and retain the finished school. Tui's school club of origin, school boys, 15 and 16-year-olds, something that we want to expand and try and get some of our girls involved in going forward and keep that going so we have maintained that contact and that love as growing up. Finally, a huge thank you to all our coaches and managers. Shanks has touched on it. Everyone gives up their time, voluntary role, and they go above and beyond that, so I can't thank enough of the time and effort that goes into making this club tick over. On that note, we're sorting things out for next year. There's some stuff locked in, some of it's still a work in progress, but got the bones for a really good 2024, so ready. Thank you.
Again, you have our report within the annual report, and I think the financial statements are available online, so the annual report. But I'll just go over a few of the highlights from this year, highlights and lowlights. So for 2023, we reported a deficit of $12,849. This compares to a surplus of $7,498 in 2022. The reported loss includes a depreciation charge of just over $60,000. So this works out in cash surplus of around $40,000. The movements from a net surplus last year to a net loss this year is largely due to a reduction, 60k reduction in main drivers for this were not holding a gala dinner this year, a 44k reduction in grant funding, and this year also saw the end of the GDO program, so our funding ended for that halfway through the year. All this was offset by one-off funding received as part of the Silver Lake deal, for which we received $30,000, and those funds have been placed on term deposit and have been set aside for future use. We'll have discussions at a later date to determine how we can best use that funding for the long-term goals of the club. So like I said, grant funding down this year compared to last year, but it's $111,000 of grant funding was still represented a good result and exceeded our funding received in the prior five financial years. So credit to Club Secretary Nick Whelans for managing all the paperwork that comes with these applications. We're also very fortunate to have a continued relationship with the Hub, which provides us regular rent income each month, which really helps with our cash flow forecasting. So thanks to Jamo and also to Jamie Collier, who finished up his role as General Manager here at the Hub earlier this year. We're very fortunate to have the new General Manager, Jen Stevens. We all met here at the last board meeting and look forward to continuing a strong relationship with the Hub going forward. In regards to operating expenditure for 2023, remained fairly stable compared to 2022 at $393,000. There were some savings made, particularly obviously around the costs associated with the gala dinner. Junior rugby expenditure was down this year, and GDO costs were down this year, but these were offset by some additional costs, particularly in regards to medical and tape expenses, and trips and friendlies. Cash reserves decreased slightly from 180k to 162k at year end, and there was minimal capital expenditure during the year. That's pretty much sums up the year. So any questions, I'm happy to take them. Cool.
Thanks, DT. Look, next order of business is just the election of the officers for the 2024 season. So again, it's we're going to remain with John Jackson as president, myself, Nick Shanks as chair, Dave Taylor as treasurer, Florence Marsoy and Geordie Hoirara as sharing the WRFU delegate role, and Tom Anderson as captain. And in secretary, we're going to have Liz Hardiman taking over, replacing Nick Whelans. So if I put that out to the floor, if I can get someone to move and second this. Thanks, Magoo. And just a seconder. Thanks, Chanel. Cool. Okay, moving on to our notices of motion. So look, two on here for this year, one a bit more exciting than the other. First up was our constitution, which was adjusted this year for which incorporated the blazer and capping information, along with another couple of minor pieces to bring it up to compliance. So that document was made available via the website. So if I could just get this moved and seconded. Thanks, Flo. And just a seconder. Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. Cool. So moving on to the next notice of motion. So this year we've received one nomination for life membership, and that came through from Richard Watt, who has nominated Alex Atua to be our next life member. And what he, in addition to the letter he sent through to the board, he's just sent through a short note here to support his nomination, which I'll just read through. So firstly, I send my apologies for not being in attendance tonight, as I'd wish to be down there in person to see Alex being accepted as a life member of our beloved club. I guess it dawned on me when when I came down to present the jerseys last season, that there was Alex in the centre of the Premier changing room rubbing down one of the boys. And I had a flashback to when it was me on that table last century, 1999 to be exact. By then I was 34 years old and I started spending more and more time on the table with Alex. I thought to myself, geez, this lady is still at the coalface, doing what she's been doing in this room 24 years later. That calculates to over 400 Premier games and, more importantly, over 800 training nights, using her magic hands to keep our players generation after generation on the field. We recognise players who've had long playing careers, then transition to serve the club with long coaching careers or become club administrators or managers, and a glance through the club's honours board will see many a club legend filling these roles over the club's rich 140-year history. Alex's long service at the club as the club's premier masseuse, as I said, dates back from 1999 to present, and in another year will be a quarter of a century's service in this role, and should now be recognised with life membership, and she is more than deserving to be the third woman in the club's history to be bestowed this honour. I hope and sure I have the room's support for this nomination of Alex to become a life member. And again, I'm sorry I'm not present in this room, Alex, to give you a big kiss and a hug, but Jacko can do that for me, please. Love to all. Richard Watt. So again, that's obviously been put forward by Waddy, and just before I put it out to a second, I'd just also like to say a quick couple of words to Alex, who, thrilled to get this nomination through as our next life member. I think in terms of the club and the reasons why you love it, and those little things that you don't really pick up on until you reflect back, where you walk in and this place feels like home. And I guess for mine, Alex, really getting to know you since I started coaching with the Colts and seeing you in the changing rooms downstairs, that was coming in and seeing you and getting a hug and a kiss just became part of the one of the great homely experiences that this club's provided me since I've been young, and it's really fantastic to be able to in my time as chair hopefully induct you in so long as we can get a seconder in the room here. So can we get someone to second this nomination? Yep. Thanks, Jacko. Thanks all. Cheers, guys. So look, Alex, I don't really want to put you on the spot, but I don't know if you wanted to come up and say a couple of words. It's certainly not mandatory, but you're more than welcome to.
Wow, this is like royalty. Move over King Charles. As you say, as it's been said, there are two women who have obviously gone before me. One in 75, 92 years ago, and one in 1978. 95 years ago. So then you have me, 141 years since the birth of Pōneke. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone really for the vote and the seconder. And especially the board members, committee members, and leadership teams for selecting me as life member. It's an incredible honour to receive this award when I don't even play footy. I feel that this life membership is higher than playing 100 games. There's too many people to thank, and thank you all for being here tonight, Friday night and everything, you know, kids' night, school night, pub night, etc. But thank you so much for being here. Too many names, but I just want everybody in this room to accept my love and hugs individually from my heart. My nominator is our dear Wadi, of course, who gives 101 apologies for not being here today. I was going to send him the $600 for his flight, but then I thought, well, what am I going to eat for the rest of the week? They say, what goes on tour stays on tour. So, in short, a teeny wee story. In 1999, in our 117th season, when I started the club alongside my new boss, Frank Rees and Bondi, we had our two-copper trip. Waddy had his usual seat, the back row, sitting in the middle of the bus, and so I popped into my seat up the front with the fish heads, and I hear this loud voice coming from down the back. Who has brought their auntie with them? That was my introduction to Waddy. Such a likeable and lovable rogue. And it's quite funny, because I'm 2 years older than he is. So, down the road in 2007, I had a stroke, which of course left me without my strength and gave me this funny walk that I'll have forever and ever. Well, I just want to express my gratitude and love to my dear sis, Puawhali Tolu, who was there in the early days of my stroke, bringing me into training, carrying my bag for me, just doing the things that I needed to do and I love to do. And I also want to thank Waddy and Jacko for accepting a disabled therapist. Well, I have my strength back, now 100%, but I still have that funny walk. My massage life, although part-time, has granted me the All Blacks, the Silver Ferns, the Black Ferns, etc., etc. But whenever I'm massaging them, I always have my Pōneke t-shirt on. So there's always chatter about, oh, okay, Pōneke, okay. So I take Pōneke everywhere. And I'm really, really proud to share the wealth of our club. Massage is the way, people. If we all had 10-minute massages daily, we would have world peace. It takes no effort to look after our family here. It's such a pleasure to be affiliated with you all, to work quietly along the coaches, look after our women's team, senior first, and of course our Prem team. I hope that I still have the opportunity to continue working with every player, both men and women teams, for the many years to come. And definitely not forgetting our awesome supporters who are always there as well. There has always, since day one, almost a quarter of a century, been so much love and respect given to me by everybody here at the club. It's truly humbling experience. Thank you all for this wonderful honour. I will treasure it always.
Thanks, Alex. That was wonderful, and yeah, we're certainly already looking forward to Old Timers Day, where we'll present you your badge in front of the club, and I'm sure there'll be a pretty massive contingent of the players coming out to honour you there as well. So already looking forward to that. So look, that leaves me to move to general business, and I guess before I throw it out to the floor, Jacko's reminded me something that I missed off my report, and Ando as well, was our newest appointment of the Premier head coach, which I'm not sure for those of you who aren't in social media land have seen, but really pleased to have Ross Bond coming back to lend his services again to the team, which was also really a strong factor in Reggie Goods deciding to stay on as an assistant and further his coaching. So really pleased and looking forward to the season that Bondi's hopefully going to be able to put together. So look, on that, I'll just throw it out to the floor for anything anyone would like to raise, and if you do so, we've got the mic down on the ground there so that the people on the net can hear. Nope. Okay. Fantastic. Sorry, Liz. Oh, right. Yeah, apologies. Yeah, I'll disagree with you there. I'm happy that we can wrap it up. So, hey, thanks all for coming out on Friday night at this really busy time of year. It's fantastic to see you all, and we'll declare the meeting closed and the bar open. Cheers.